Hi folks, we're back. This time I am in the T-34-85M, which is a fantastic tank, and I don't know why I haven't started moving yet, but we are bottom tier in this game, and so I'm trying to figure out where to go. It is in counter mode, so generally the heavy side matters, because if you can push through the heavy side, you can win the game. So as you see, I don't have great view range on this just because it's a Russian tank. If I really wanted to, I'd put on food, but I'm not doing that because I'm not in try-hard mode in this thing. I will say this thing is a very good tank, okay? It is, it needs to be aimed, and you're going to see the enemy make some mistakes. It has 180 alpha, and the penetration isn't bad. At tier 6, it's 144, so it's actually got a pretty good gun on it, and it reloads in about 4.5 seconds, so you can really punish enemies in it. Now, I'm deciding to kind of come up into this bush here. And you noticed I fired before that guy, my enemy number, the T-34-85, actually was visible. And so I'm blind firing right now in a position that I realize that I go oftentimes. And we're able to hit. I don't know why that was not visible, but at any rate, we're going to shoot at the enemy T-34-85, and he's far enough away, he's probably not going to see me. So it looks like they've sent more than we've sent to heavy side, but not a lot more. They've got an IS-6, which I definitely need to be aware of, right? An IS-6 is not a tank that I really want to mess around with. So at this point, I'm just watching the map. I'm bottom tier, right? So I do need to just be a little bit careful. And we do load some gold rounds for this T-29, and you can see the damage on this thing stacks up really good and really fast if enemies allow you to fire. So we still got gold rounds loaded, but we switch back to standard rounds, right? And I took kind of a poor shot there, but c'est la vie. So our gun is firing. We've got 1,000 damage already, and I'm keeping an eye on what's happening on heavy side because I do not want to fight a IS-6 in a fair fight. And our Ferdinand, for some reason, is having a very, very hard time against that IS-6. He does have poor armor, but he also has 500 alpha, so he really should be doing okay against this IS-6. However, I feel he's not doing that great. So we've got an ISU 130, and we're able to put some shots into him, and fortunately our team has spotted enemies, and we're able to just freely fire on these guys. And so you watch this game and you go, well, Tony, you know, you're just firing at guys that aren't looking at you. Well, that's what you got to do when you're playing bottom tier, right? And so I noticed that the enemy has one heavy side, and so I'm sitting in this bush on purpose. Unless they pop all the way out here, I'm not gonna get hit. But what do we notice? We notice that they are in the dip, right? They're in the dip instead of coming through, which is their mistake, and we're gonna capitalize on that. It is 8-6, but we've got, now it's 9-6, but we've got several guys, and that hurt. But I know I can fire at least twice. We've got several guys trying to cap, and just capping is just an awful idea on this map with any amount of guys. So I know the heavy tank was in the dip, and he's still there apparently. And he fires clutch. I own that tank. It is not very good at firing clutch. And we're able to track this guy, and it just is Farm City, right? You never want to go in that dip as a heavy tank and expose yourself to guys that might be up here without checking this first. So that puts us up to 2,500 damage, 895 assist in a bottom tier game. I mean, we're very, very happy with that. And we're loading HE because we assume that the Artie is somewhere close here. And we're able to take our time and take him out for a third kill. 2,600 damage, 900 assist. Let's go ahead and take a look at the after action report on this. Okay, anytime you're bottom tier and you get an ace tanker, you're doing well. And we also got a high caliber, which earned us a bond. We ended up with 2,800. We hit a blind shot or two. 2,800, 44 damage, 3 kills, 1,276 base XP. Fired 29 shots, 22 hits, 16 pens. In a premium tank, I fire a lot. You know, I just do. Because the ammo is generally cheap. And we ended up with 900 assists. So that's 3,700 combined. That's a solid game in a tier 6 and a tier 8 game. As I said, 19,000 credits. So even with a non-premium account. And that was on a double, so we ended up with 2,900 XP out of that. So that's great for your crew. I appreciate you guys watching. Please do send replays in. If you have them, tonester181@gmail.com is the place to send them. And we will catch you on the next one. Tonester out.